I have a family member that has a lump in their neck. Okay. And I had to take him to the doctor because they wanted to see if they can get it removed. So we walked up to the desk and I said, "Can you guys assist us?" "Sure. Which one of you has the problem?" I said, "It's my sister."
Did you ask him Cyst the right place? Fuck this movie. Welcome to Stupid Movies, where we watch them so you definitely do not have to.
And today we watched Cyst, C-Y-S-T, from 2020, not rated, 68 minutes long. And this was directed by Tyler Russell and starred Eva Haberman, George Hardy, and Greg Sestero. So we got a problem in our neck, in our body, some weird growth, and it's oozing. And that's a true story because I did have that back in 2007, and that shit hurt like hell.
Yeah, I got them all over my junk.
And that's probably not good. So we had to go to get it removed, and there was a weird-ass troll doctor who was crazy. What happened when we went to the office?
Cyst is about a doctor who has come up with a new method for cyst removal, and he's trying to get it patented. People from the patent office come to visit him, and he goes to show it, and they're like, well, but that cyst is a tiny little, that's not worth doing anything on. So he gives it some mutant growth serum, and then it turns into a gigantic cyst with legs and eyes and a mouth, and it detaches and starts killing people.
Yeah, I love creature features.
I do love creature features.
I love practical monsters. So what do we love about Cyst?
I love the monster. It looked really cool.
Yeah, the monster was great.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous, and it looked goofy, but it was fun.
Yeah.
It was like, one of those 80s, early 90s creature features. It's what it reminded me of. It was all practical, and I thought it looked cool.
It took me to a lot of stuff from the 50s.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I was thinking,
okay.
too. Like the 50s,
Yeah.
the Blob, or,
Yep.
that sort of... Yeah, I thought it looked really good.
Kind of an old-school monster movie.
And it was super gross.
Yes, it
like,
was.
there was a lot of gross-out humor in this with pus and mainly pus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some gore and blood and stuff, but mostly, like, gross-out effects with squeezing stuff.
White, creamy pus.
Yeah, it's pretty
Looked
nasty.
like milk.
Yeah.
Pretty sure it was milk.
Probably, but... Yeah, and this takes place in the 60s. 1960, actually.
That explains some things.
That does explain some things. Yeah, I thought it was shot really well. I thought it looked good. Quality was good. The music they used I thought was fitting. I thought this movie was hilarious. This movie cracked me the hell up from start to finish.
There were some very funny moments.
Yeah. And it's both... It's utterly ridiculous and goofy and silly. So part of it's laughing because of how crazy and stupid it is. And then there's some genuinely funny moments. The doctor, I thought, cracked me up. He was ridiculous. I love the contained location in the office. Pretty much the whole movie, aside from leaving to a diner briefly, pretty much the whole movie takes place in this office building. And I just love that scenario and that setting.
Yeah, and the whole lockdown of the building I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah, I like that because you're stuck with this thing. How are you going to get out?
Yeah.
And the atmosphere was fine. It's a goofy movie, so it's not scary or nothing. But it does have that kind of tone like, you're secluded. What are you going to do? And it's simple. I enjoyed that. We talked about how cool the monster looked earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I did think the makeup effects were actually really good.
Yeah.
They use like the not just the monster, but the cyst that they use. And they did a good job making it look disgusting and gross. So just want to point that out.
The one cyst looked like a puckered butthole. We don't like pus.
No, we don't like pus. So what did we not like about Cyst?
It felt way too long to me.
Yeah.
It is a shorter runtime, 68 minutes, but it felt like a 2+ hour movie. It really needed trimmed like in half.
Yeah, for the runtime, it's weird because like I never got bored. I never felt like I was like wanting to get through it, but it does feel longer than 68 minutes. It's weird. It's a weird like.
I spent a good chunk of the movie like, should I put this on 1.2 speed? Should I speed this up? Because this is just dragging.
Yeah, it would have been, I think, better as a shorter movie, like half hour.
20 minute, I think would have been really good.
Yeah, kind of, because there's some times wasted and dragged out and kind of repetitive at times.
George motherfucking Hardy, when we saw Troll, came out in the, 80s?
Yeah.
And at the time, I thought, well, maybe it's his acting is the director screwing him over. with the edit. Because that can absolutely happen. We've seen that happen, where someone can be a really good actor and a director doesn't know what they're doing, which was the case in Troll. Troll 2. So in Troll 2, I thought it was, well, the director screwed him over because he has glimmers of moments where it's like, he could be a decent actor, right? And then in Under Control, I thought, okay, obviously they're in on the joke. They know how bad Troll 2 was. They're making fun of it. He's playing up that same role again to match that. And I was like, that's actually, good for you. You owned it. You're playing up to it. Really good. It turns out I was wrong. He's just a shit actor. Because he wasn't good in this.
No, but he cracked me up.
He was funny. But he was so over the top that at no point could I take him serious. Right. And not like Bruce Campbell over the top, Jeffrey Combs over the top.
Not intentionally over the top.
Not good over the top. It annoyed me.
So that makes a good point, though. So this is one of those that we would call mood movie.
Yeah, I would agree. You got to be in a really drunk.
Yeah, because when I watched this, I was highly amused.
Really drunk?
No, I was not. But this would be highly amusing if you were drunk.
Yeah.
But it is one of those. It's definitely not for everyone. It's goofy. It's stupid. Some might consider it so bad it's good. Others are going to consider it so bad it's bad. Yeah. That's where there you go. You got an example of both.
I really didn't like the gross out jokes.
Okay.
And it's weird because usually I like, gross out humor doesn't bother me. And sometimes I find it really funny. We've done movies together where it's done really well and it's really funny. And on here it was just like,
More actual blood and gore would have been nice.
Yeah.
We get some, but it's mostly gross out. So I think part of that's it gets a little repetitive. It's like, just give, more stuff. Because the kills are kind of weak. Yeah. Nothing much to it. It's more you're just watching this monster, chase people around.
And eat them.
All right, well, we're going to pop this cyst now and get it removed. And by that, I mean wrap this thing up. If you didn't realize that, which you should have, because I'm not good at explaining things. All right, so I just picked this one on a whim. I just happened to see it. I'm like, hey, this looks kind of goofy. It's short. And we watched it, and it was ridiculous. It was stupid. It was funny as heck for me, and I was highly entertained. I enjoyed the heck out of this thing. I was laughing. A lot of gross out stuff. Great monster. Good practical effects. Good makeup effects. George Hardy was so bad it was hilarious. Not much to it. It's pretty simple. For me, it flowed fine enough. It does get a little slow at times, but I never got bored. For the runtime, that could be problematic, as Adam stated previously. But I thought it was fun. I enjoyed it quite a bit. So I'm going to give this one 7 out of 8.
Everything he said except I didn't like it.
Fair enough.
I mean, really, the runtime was too long. George Hardy was obnoxious. The effects were really cool. The rest of the actors were forgettable, for the most part. Yeah. There was a janitor. We didn't even mention that there was a janitor. There was a receptionist. We didn't even bring her up. There were other people. There were like 3 people from the patent office, which that's not how fucking patents work. I don't know. I didn't like it. So I'm going to give it 2 different scores. Okay. I want to be fair to it. My personal enjoyment score on this was like a 2 out of 8. However, looking at it objectively, I think it deserves better than that. So I'm going to give it a 5 out of 8. And we'll just leave it at that. I didn't like it, but I think it did what it set out to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
it's made well. It's shot well. I mean, production value and all is good.
All the pieces are there. It just didn't work for me.
Have you seen Cyst? Let us know in the comments below. Hit that like, subscribe button. Tell us what you thought. If you've seen it, are you an Adams camp or mine?
Come camping with us.
Come camping with us. Choose.
I hate camping.
I do too. Choose your tent. Facebook.com/StoopidMovies. Instagram @StoopidMovies. You can also email us at StoopidMovies@outlook.com.
Mm-hmm. Tell your friends.
Boom!
Heavier set older guys for comedic relief. I mean, that could be our new tagline.